Everything Grandpa touched would turn to stone and shatter. When he picked up a glass of water, the entire glass turned to stone, slipped from his hand, and broke into pieces. When he grabbed a chair, it instantly turned to stone and shattered. When he touched the crops in the field, the grain dried up and became hard as stone. The villagers were terrified. No one would even let him come near their homes. The village chief shouted, "Get this old man out of the village! He's cursed!" Even his own son shut the door on him and said, "Father, you've become nothing but trouble for us." Hearing those words, Grandpa's eyes filled with tears. Without saying a word, he quietly walked toward the forest. After wandering for hours, he finally sat beneath an old tree and began to cry. Suddenly, he heard a voice behind him. What the world sees as a curse can sometimes become the greatest blessing. Grandpa turned around and saw a wise old man standing there with a gentle smile. The old man said, "Until now, you touched everything with fear, and that's why everything was destroyed. But now, reach out your hand to help others." With those words, the old man placed his hand on Grandpa's hand and suddenly disappeared. Grandpa jumped up in shock. Just then, he noticed an injured deer lying nearby. He slowly reached out and touched it, afraid of what might happen. But this time, the deer didn't turn to stone. Instead, a magical glow surrounded its body. Its wounds completely healed, and it jumped up and ran into the forest. Grandpa couldn't believe his eyes. He immediately headed back toward the village. On the way, he saw a poor man's broken-down house. Grandpa placed his hand on the damaged wall, and in the next moment, the crumbling wall became as strong and beautiful as gold. Then, he touched a dry, lifeless field. And suddenly, fresh green crops began growing everywhere. One by one, Grandpa began helping the poor families throughout the village. Before long, their lives completely changed, and the same people who once called him cursed and drove him away were now following him everywhere.